We are working on GMetrix Excel Expert Practice Exam 2. We're currently on the third project called Dive Show. The first task asks us to go ahead and password protect a range of cells on the top sponsors tab. So we're going to go ahead and select A3 to B13. What we want to do is go to the review tab here at the top, and under changes group, click allow users to edit ranges, and we'll click new. The title of this is going to be sponsors. Make sure you capitalize that word. Our range is already selected, and what we want to do is go ahead and key in the password 12345. We'll click OK, and it'll ask us to go ahead and rekey in that formula. From here, we'll click apply, OK, and we've completed that task. Mark complete. Task 2 asks us to go ahead and go to the Dive Shows Exhibitors worksheet. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the exhibitor name, and we'll select that range. And from here, we're going to go to the Home tab at the top, and we're going to go to the Conditional Formatting, New Rule. And what we're going to do down here is click Use a Formula to determine which cells to format. Now, this step is a little bit difficult because we're actually going to hand key an AND statement with some text. So some things that you could miss if you were not paying attention on this step. So we'll go ahead and do the equal sign. We'll type in AND. We'll go ahead and open up our argument by starting a parentheses, and we'll do B3 equals, in quotation, clothing. So just before we move on, we have our cell B3, which is the industry that we're looking for, clothing, equals clothing, which is what we're looking for, but notice I have in clothing capitalized and in quotation marks. If I don't put those quotation marks, it will not accept my formula. We'll go ahead and hit comma to start a new part of this and from here, what we want to do is we want to look to see if the booth size is more than 1,000. So booth size is 3, and we want it to be greater than 1,000. And then we're going to close our argument with that parentheses. After we've done that, we'll go ahead, we're done with our formula, we'll click Format, Fill. The background color needs to be yellow. And then our pattern style needs to be the 6.25% gray. If you're not sure, hover on that. It will tell you what you need. We'll click OK, and we'll click OK. We'll click Mark Completed. Task 3 asks us to go to the Session Schedule tab, and in G1, we're just going to go ahead and insert the function now because it asks us to put the current date and time. And we'll click OK, and we'll click OK. We'll click Mark Completed. Task 4 asks us to go to the daily schedule, and it wants us to insert the Get Pivot Data function. You could go ahead and insert that function here in E3, but I'm going to show you an easier way. We'll go ahead and hit equals. And the criteria is Thursday marketing total. So if we just click that, that is the total number of classes for Thursday. Notice here at the top, it goes ahead and puts all of that information in here, and we'll click OK. We'll click Mark Completed. Task 5 asks us to stay on this sheet, and what we're going to do is create a pivot chart from this data. So with our cursor in this pivot table chart, we'll click the Analyze tab here at the top. We'll click Pivot Chart, and what we want to do is create a clustered column chart. So we'll go ahead and click that. It tells us to insert our chart and put it at the upper left-hand corner in C5. And so we'll go ahead and jump and do that down here. And then what it wants us to do is to only have the day Thursday selected for this chart. And for the sessions, which is under track, we only want to see sales and marketing. So we'll go ahead and uncheck the operations. And that's all. We'll go ahead and click Mark Completed.